Alright, so what I'm going to do is we're going to clean out our sluice spot. This particular sluice box is held down with a wing nut. You got your riffle trays in here. Some unlocked down here. They're all a little bit different, but either way it doesn't really matter. We're just going to do this wing nut. Hopefully not lose it. I'm going to lift my riffle tray out. You can see it's all covered in dirt. I'm going to put that right in the bucket. We're going to rinse it off. It would have been fun to do this down at the river yesterday, but got a little rainy, a little fast. Next piece that comes out is our expanded metal. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and put the whole sluice box right in the bucket and just pull that off. And then the carpet. And all of that goes right in your bucket. Get our hose. A lot of the gold's going to stay in that DP matting. So we want to rinse that out really, really well. Probably can't see it, but little rocks are sticking in there. The gold will go right out. Rinse that out. Get all the dirt off of your expanded metal. Put it over there. And then the carpet. So the carpet, what I like to do, it doesn't really matter how you do it, but we want to get all this dirt off. So I'm going to go underwater with it like this. But I'm also going to be, what you're not going to be able to see is I'm going to be cleaning it in the bucket like this. And getting as much of that, all that gravel off as possible. You're never going to get it all. Just clean it up as best as you can. So I'm going to do that exact motion here. I'm going to roll it up and clean it with my fingernails as I go. And we're getting all that yucky sand and light material out. And hopefully we have a bunch of heavy material. And I think we saw at least one piece of gold in this. This is not going to be a great representation. We got 2 buckets run. But if there's even any gold in 2 buckets, that's pretty good. And these are small buckets. These are 3.5 gallon, not 5. A little more manageable. And there's still some sand in there. There's no obvious gold. You can see gold real well in daylight. So we're good. We're cleaned up. And then we'll take this down and we'll pan it for you so you can see exactly what we end up with. You get a good idea of what your dirt should do in your pan. Because confidence in panning is everything. People feel like they're losing gold. It's 19 times heavier than the water. I promise you, you're not losing the gold. This should go fast. Don't play around with it. The more you do it, get the confidence. You can even practice with little pieces of lead and do it really fast and see. If you end up with all 5 pieces of lead in your pan when you're done, you're an expert gold panner. And gold is twice as heavy as lead. So be confident in your equipment. Be confident in your gold panning. When you see what it looks like in the pan, how fast I move the dirt and stuff like that, you'll feel a lot better about what you're doing out on the river. And you won't feel like you're losing gold. Once you get that, then everything else just falls into place and you're a gold miner. You'll be able to get lots more dirt moved, and panning won't take as long. Learn to pan. It's the beginning and ending of all mining. You search around with your pan and find 5 colors, and then 20 colors. Now you know where to dig. And at the end of the day, there's a million things out there you can buy that cleans up your gold. You're still going to need to learn how to pan the last bit of it out. So let's show you how to pan here in a minute. And hopefully we got some color in here. I mean, we were on the Illinois River, right? So give us just a second and we'll show you what panning's all about. I have an 1/8 inch classifier. I have a bucket. We don't have a lot of concentrates. But as I said, if everything in your pan's the same size, you're going to do better. So we're just going to do it right into the pan itself. Rinse that out. A little water in there. Probably enough. Maybe a little more. Sometimes you have to do this, you'll get lots of clay. You want to make sure all the dirt's off of there. Check it visually real quick for any large pieces of gold. Pretty obvious there's not. And all you're left with is that. And you see some black sand here, you have a lot of light material. The biggest thing, the key to this, is the action of the dirt. And I teach a lot of people to pan, but kids seem to get it the best. I've had people start looking for gold like this, start pawing around in there. You got to get all that stuff out of there, and the simplest thing is just make the dirt move, not the water. So you want that dirt to move over the riffles, nice angle. Any gold that's in there is already at the bottom. It's really that fast. The world champion panning this year won the contest in under 3 seconds. So 3 seconds, pretty fast. And then I just tilt it like this, and just like when the waves come up on the ocean beach, I'm just gonna slough off that light stuff, and I'm not gonna mess around about it until I see that black sand, and I'm gonna bring it back and repeat it. And then I'm gonna do it really fast. We're not gonna play around. We know the gold's at the bottom. It's probably not even, you know, in the second riffle. It's just that heavy. That stuff off. Pull it back again and get rid of it. You only have a couple tablespoons left when you're done. I'd like to say everybody, you know, they don't like panning. They want to buy a machine for $100 or $200 or $400 to do this for you. No machine's really going to give you clean gold. At the end, you're going to be down here with a pan, and you're going to be looking for your gold. So I get it down to about there. We're going to shut off the camera in a second and change the angle so you can see all that blonde stuff went off of there. Get all that out of there. And what we'll do is I'll turn around. And actually, we'll just leave the camera on. I'm just going to move over. Lots of different techniques for this part. For today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and forth. I'm going to just get all that black sand out of my way. You can tap it if you want. I'll keep the gold up top. It's something you got to practice and play with. We're not going to do that. We're going to make sure the gold is on the bottom. Hopefully we have some gold. We're just going to swirl it. You can go round and round. You can go back and forth. All we're trying to do is get to that first riffle. And right here, you're not going to be able to see it. I already see a piece of gold. You can see it right there. See, it just stuck there. It's all heavy. Nice piece of gold right there. So one piece of gold real fast right off the top. There's another piece over here. That's two. This is just 2 buckets. And now we're down to the little nitty gritty here. There's all kinds of fine gold in there. 5 or 6 pieces of little stuff. Starting right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lots of small stuff. And when we can actually get some good daylight, and if I was doing the tapping method and getting the gold up here, it'd all be right there. But I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces of gold just setting in your pan. And you just suck that up with your little snuffer bottle or your pipette, put it right in your vial, and you've got clean gold. And that's it. So 2 buckets and 6 pieces of gold. That's not a bad little deal for getting run off by the weather. We did all right.